What's up, guys? Ryron and Rener here at the Gracie Academy to talk to you guys about the new Gracie University subscription program and the ridiculous new video libraries we have in store for you.
We went way back, like 1950s.
Yes. Realizing the success of the current Gracie Breakdowns that we're doing and seeing how much people appreciate and like learning from those and growing from those Gracie Breakdowns that we're putting on YouTube, that's all good for these modern fights. But what we realize is that there are 60+ years of fights that haven't been broken down.
And the great thing is that when you go back and you break down those fights, you see things and you see principles being applied that are being applied today.
Yes.
And it's very good and cool to see that, you know, what you are doing is what Rickson did or what our father Ryron did or whoever did back in the days, and today, whether it's a UFC fight 10 years ago, everybody's kind of like on the same page.
You get to see what's really being applied, you guys. These Gracie Breakdowns are very informative, not just for you guys, but even for us.
Correct.
It's like we're going into the lab and we're analyzing generations of fights past. So let's give them some examples of how deep we went. Let's just say this. Hélio versus Kimura. Hélio versus Kato. Rickson versus Zulu. Of course, all the Gracie Challenge matches. Hollis. They don't even know, some of them don't even know who Hollis is.
Hollis is the legend.
Hollis is the legend. Was kind of like an older brother to our father, who was the oldest brother of 9 siblings. Hollis was kind of like the adopted older brother, and incredible technician, just legend in his own right. Passed away far too early, but had some incredible fights. We break him down. Royce, Rickson, Helson, Euler, every H sounding R gets broken down.
And then some more recent.
Well, semi, right? Hoist, UFCs.
Bob Sapp.
Oh, yes.
Against Nogueira.
Nogueira's legendary fight against Bob Sapp.
Very nice.
Of course, all the modern MMA, legends who applied the Jiu-jitsu principles in their own way.
Yes.
Sakuraba versus Hanzo. Sakuraba versus Royce, Euler. Sakuraba's an incredible technician. We break down how he does it. Royce versus all, of course, the original UFC fights. Royce versus Akibono, the sumo wrestler, the huge sumo wrestler.
So we even break down some fights where Gracies are beat.
Oh, of course, you guys.
And that's what's cool, is that the Gracies are beat usually by these principles that the Gracie family teaches.
Yes, so we don't really care who wins or loses any fight. We just care to derive the genius that was applied to make that victory possible for whoever took it home at the end of the day.
Yep.
So incredible, my friends. We had incredible fun doing it, and you're gonna have even more fun watching and stealing from it. But don't just watch those for entertainment. Watch those for education and realize that, wow, look at what they're using. Look at what Rickson's doing in this fight. Shinya Aoki, Nogueira, Mir, all these other guys who apply Jiu-Jitsu on the highest level, we're breaking them all down, okay? And it's not gonna stop. It will continue to grow. It will continue to grow. And as new breakdownable fights become available, we'll take the beauty and we'll plug them in here. Adding new Gracie Breakdown, bonus Gracie Breakdowns every month. Tell them about it.
We also have some narrated sparring sessions that Rener and I do with all of our students and training partners who come into our school.
Yeah.
Now this is huge because a lot of times you get to watch, very top athletes doing their sport or their activity, but you don't really know what's going on inside their mind. So we actually narrate and we speak over our sparring.
Yeah, this is incredible. This is incredible. This is a privilege that not even students here at the Academy have. If you watch, you don't spar here live, you watch and you say, wow, how amazing. Yeah. But what's going on in there? And it's so important what's happening in there that now, for me to get to watch Ryron's narrated sparring video, I'm like, oh man, that's what he's thinking at that moment, and vice versa. So you guys, all the cards are being laid out so you can see everything. So we're sparring with blue belts, purple belts, brown belts, black belts, each other, and the handicap. Let's talk a little about the handicap sparrings that we do. Ryron, one hand tied, sparring. What does that force him to do? Innovation Nation, my friends. He has to go, he has to make it work in a totally different way. I did blindfolded sparring the other day. I did also one-handed sparring. I tried two hands tied.
Two hands tied?
Yes, ask Vinny.
Who does that?
Yes, both hands tied.
Him and our grandfather did that.
Our grandfather challenged. I'll say I'll tie both hands. Eddie Gracie, 1950s, 1940s. I'll tie both hands. and I'll challenge anyone, and I'll give 10,000 cruzeros to whoever beats me. Public newspaper challenge, both hands tied.
Nobody challenged him till today.
No one showed up to challenge Eddie Gracie with both hands tied.
Think about that, it's a little crazy.
So I thought, man, if the Grandmaster did it, what the heck, let me do it. So tie both hands, go spar. We do 2 versus 1. 2 guys sparring against Rener Gracie, Hiron, defending and dealing with these. So basically what we do is we do these very dynamic, focused sparring exercises because each one of those brings up a different focus from us and a different emphasis.
And this is good for us also to keep sharp.
Big time.
Sometimes I don't want to always go with Rener, so I get another student of mine who is, 2 students that are, average size and have both of them on me. That's a whole different kind of challenge.
Big time.
Put some gloves on
and
sometimes.
a serious challenge nonetheless.
Gloves.
Oh yeah, fight simulation,
of course.
Street sparring, MMA gloves. We do that with each other, with the students. My friends, the narrated sparring, the best part is that we narrate every single one of them. So you know what we're thinking every step of the way. And what's crazy is that all the narrations we've done so far, none of them are the same.
Correct.
Isn't it crazy? Like you narrate your sparring and you go against one guy, then you go against another guy, and even though you have your similar tendencies, there are so many little beautiful moments. And the reason we chose to do this, aside from the fact that it would give a new level of insight, is because Gracie University curriculum is incredibly robust. All the details, linear curriculum, all the way to the top, we're taking you guys with us. What we felt was missing, the one part that was missing from all these beautifully structured lessons was kind of a real life, real intensity, real time display of what happens when you mesh it all together, and you spar freely without a script or without, specific rules per se. You just spar freely, and for them to see how number 1, all the moves they're learning are being used by us. Number 2, how they're modified.
Correct.
How nothing is ever that perfect.
And number 3, to see how simple sparring really is.
Right.
Because a lot of times we teach so many techniques, but we keep it so simple.
That's true. The reoccurring themes.
Correct. And it kind of gives you an insight on how you should approach sparring.
Oh,
because maybe you haven't sparred too much yet, and by watching us and seeing how sometimes we don't take things too seriously, we allow ourselves to be mounted. We might even get tapped out by students. We let students beat us sometimes, and then we beat them. Little nuances on how we escape. Things you haven't even learned yet.
Yes.
You're going to see.
You'll see a couple tricks being used. Oh, I want to incorporate that even before I learn it in the actual master cycle curriculum. So it's probably the most important library.
Correct.
I think Gracie Breakdown Library is the most popular. Like, yeah, it's fun to watch. Sit there, even if you're a couch potato, you can still watch Gracie Breakdown Library and have a blast and learn from fights of the past and think, that's all good. But the sparring one, from an actual growth perspective, it's the most important because it connects the dots for them.
Right, and we're sparring in an environment similar to where they would be sparring.
Yes.
They're not going to be most likely in a cage.
Yes.
Some of them might, but most aren't. So therefore, an MMA type breakdown is one thing versus this.
Very, safe, done in a way that you can be sustainable. And my friends, it's very simple. Imagine if every single time we watch Michael Jordan play, at the simultaneous, we could read and listen in to every thought he had during the game.
Correct. People would listen.
I would listen, and I'm a huge basketball fan. I just want to know what someone at that level of understanding is doing, so if I'm trying to learn basketball, I can go with them. That's how we feel you guys can benefit from this, because it's ridiculous. It's unbelievable. And we can't wait to hear your feedback in terms of how this shapes your development in jiu-jitsu and the insight it gives you. So we're very proud of this.
The thing is that my biggest growth in jiu-jitsu came from just verbal advice from our grandfather.
Yes.
So in a sense, you are just going to be getting advice the whole time
you're mental training. Yes.
Our narration. Because we're explaining to you what we're doing and why we're doing it. So we're giving advice through these narrations, which could be a huge leap, in your growth of jiu-jitsu.
Do you think our passion for these bonus video libraries have been conveyed effectively?
No. I think they should watch a couple and see what they think.
Right! You guys, 5-day free trial. Get in the party, watch them all, and know this. New Gracie Breakdown and narrated sparring videos every month. We keep adding. We'll keep shooting, we'll keep narrating. If you guys keep watching and you guys keep learning, it's that simple. Here's the deal. In the past, in order for someone to embark on the journey to Gracie Jiu-Jitsu Mastery, they had to essentially buy an entire segment of the curriculum and then go through it day by day. But that wasn't a very practical approach for a lot of our students.
And because of that, many students didn't even embark on the journey.
Yeah.
It was too much. It was like, you know what, this is too much, I can't afford this.
Modified. Now it's very simple. Small monthly fee, total access to the curriculum.
So you pay a fraction and you still get full access.
And you go through it at your own pace, okay? And remember, the Gracie University curriculum is a living curriculum. We're constantly adding to the curriculum and growing with the eventual goal of having everything from white to black belt available online. So as new segments of the curriculum get added, you get access without even asking for it. It just pops up one day. You wake up in the morning and boom, and it's there.
And of course, you can access this on your mobile device.
Dang.
You can, this is, wherever you are, there's no excuse for you not to be able to be watching jiu-jitsu.
Any smartphone or tablet?
Correct.
Dang, so you can be on the go, you can be on the toilet, you can be going to bed, you can be wherever you want. Just don't watch them while you drive, our friends. Okay? So that's the idea. Now there are many options, of course, for different membership plans and programs, starting with basic access to the basic curriculums, all the way up to VIP family membership. Whoa.
When you say family membership?
Listen, we named it family because this is the family on the highest level.
It's exciting.
You guys, so here's the best part. No matter which option you choose, 5-day free trial.
And that's how it has to be.
Of course.
You can't be going and purchasing things without knowing for sure that that's for you.
I don't even understand what that means though.
Imagine if you went and just said, I like that car, give it to me.
No,
you can't do that. You better go drive it around.
Yes. Imagine if you go to a buffet and you say pay, then you eat. I said no. You guys, all you can eat for 5 days before you pay for the program. We want you guys to dive in, experience all the lessons, feel it, really see yourselves connecting with the curriculum and the programs before you decide if you want to embark on the journey. Try it out, check out the various options, read about them below, and make it happen. But know this, we'll be with you every choke of the way.